This is snow melting from upstream, and it's actually melting down our trail here. Pretty minuscule amount of ice and snow left on the trail here. This part's better. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That just happened out towards our maple spot. We did just hear a tree come down. It didn't land though. It got hung up in a neighbor. Yeah, it's windy. Not the best day to be in the forest, but we'll be attentive and we'll be quick. And the deer got so smart this year, these little suckers. They actually learned how to break the trees. Look at how tall this would have been. They would never have been able to touch those buds before, but they were smart enough to break them and drop them down so they could eat more of the buds. So what did you think this was, Anya, when you saw that?
I thought it was a hole from last year.
From last year, but how many years have we tapped these trees now? Do you remember?
I don't know.
This is our 4th year coming out to this spot and tapping these few trees that are here. And so, yeah, I mean, you see this hole and you think, oh, we better go far away from it because that's last year's, but you can actually see it's completely regenerated underneath. Isn't that amazing? Trees are just amazing. So the piece is to also do like a slightly upward, right, to help gravity along. So I'm going to drill in only to here. I can show you a spile here. You can kind of see the sap is going to flow into that hole and it's going to come on out the spile into our hose, which is going to go to our bucket. And so we don't want to make it too long. So I usually try to do to about here, just below where the number 2 is. So that's like 1.5 inches or so. And so I'm going to do it on an upward angle, slightly upward. All right, just until I can't see that too. And then I try to be quick because sometimes it'll start to flow right away depending on the temperature. And I just give it a little bit of a tap in there.
Yeah, it's pretty warm today. It's like 11.
Yeah. And then I'm not too sure if it'll flow right away or not. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. That is so cool. So again, right, here's a hole, but underneath you can see it's completely healed up. It's just that very outer bark layer that still has the hole in it, because that won't heal, right? That's kind of like your surface skin. Your skin's kind of dead and ready to be shed anytime. This is probably, so this one's probably 2022. This one's probably 2023 because it started to heal up pretty well too. And then I wonder where last year's hole is. This would be it here. Look at that. Not healed up quite yet. So we'll probably do it a little bit more on this spot. You ready to try, Anya? So remember, we want it on an upward angle, slightly upward. So yeah, that's it. Maybe a little more. Perfect. All right. Just hold it nice and steady. Don't change the angle. There's a reason that we're tapping the trees on this particular side. So as you can see, it's all downhill here. And I've tapped the hole on this side of that tree. And on this tree, we're going to do this far side of it. And yes, it goes uphill, but that's not why I'm tapping this side. Can you guess why?
Because when the snow's gone, it could just fall downhill.
That's a very good guess, actually. Yeah, that's a good point, Anya, because we need these to stay here, right? We're not going to be here all day babysitting them, and we'd be pretty disappointed if this filled with sap and then rolled down the hill. That's a very good guess. I'm going to give you a hint. You would have a hard time guessing why I'm tapping that side of the tree today, since it's so cloudy out. Because it's so cloudy, you would have a hard time guessing today why I'm tapping on this side.
I don't know.
Do you know what direction we're facing when we look that way?
No, I don't.
When we look the same direction that these holes are going to be facing, do you know what direction that is?
No.
Do you want to guess? There's only 4 cardinal guesses that you can make anyway. No? North, south, east, and west. Which one do you think?
North.
Yeah, you think that's north?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's the complete opposite. So, and the reason why that matters is sun exposure, right? It rises in the east and sets in the west. And so when you have a tree that you want to tap, they say that it's going to be on warmest on the side that's facing south. So you're more likely to get sap flow on the southern side of the tree. So when we look at this tree, that hole is pointing towards south. And the same thing, we're going to want to make sure this hole points towards south too. Yeah, just make sure it's nice and straight. Good. Yeah. And then I like to just kind of hold it steady with one finger while I tap. Nice. Yeah, that's probably good there, right? Like we don't need it too hard. Yeah, we don't want to split the wood. That sounds like goals. I think it is. Do you see it?
It's got like black though.
Nope. I mean, it'll look that way when you're standing under it and the light's behind you for sure, but listen to that. That's so cool. I just squeeze it all the way. There you go. Just try to hold it steady, honey. Try to hold it steady. And you gotta push, push, push. All right, go ahead.
Okay, how does this
And just make sure it's straight, and then put one hand on it just to hold it steady. That's it. You see it going in a little bit every time? That's probably good. Nicely done.
There's the black thing.
Yeah. Oh, here it comes, yeah. The first drop of maple sap of the year. Oh man, hurry on you, it's coming. Don't miss it, don't miss it. Look, it's gathering up. See it? Do you want to catch it? Catch it with your finger. You gotta try it. So good. Nice. All right, let's get a hose and a bucket on here, eh? ASAP. Ha! ASAP. Oh, I didn't even mean to.